Hi, my name's Lisa. Welcome to Creative Bird Studio. I thought I would just come on and do a quick video because I haven't done one in quite a while and I've been having a bit of a play this afternoon, so I thought I would show you what I've been doing. If I'm a bit sniffly and a bit out of breath, it's because I have a cold at the moment. I'm just getting over, so please excuse that if you can hear that I sound a bit funny. The other day I went out on a walk and I found 2 dead butterflies, and I brought them home because I wanted to use them somehow and I wanted to preserve their wings. So I thought, I wonder if you can laminate a butterfly's wing, and I wasn't sure if it was going to work, but I thought I'll give it a try. So I gave it a go, and I'll just show you this because this, hopefully you can see that, yes. This was my test. So this is a normal piece of laminating sheet that we're all familiar with. It's shiny and see-through, and I also put a few little, I don't even know what they're called. They're from a dandelion. The little wish things that fly off in the breeze in there, so they're a bit hard to see. But yeah, so the answer is yes, you can laminate a butterfly wing. And then I remembered that some time ago I was watching YouTube and I saw somebody using matte laminating pouches, and I wanted to do that project, but I went online and I ordered some of those matte laminating pouches off eBay, and when they arrived I quickly got them out and tested them out, and it looked exactly like this, and I was like, oh, that's a bit disappointing. There's nothing matte about them. They're just exactly the same as a normal laminating pouch. Anyway, I checked the box, and sure enough, the box said gloss. So they'd sent me the wrong product. I contacted them and they sent me out the correct product, but I had moved on by the time they arrived, so I completely have no idea what YouTube video it was that I was going to do with them, and they've been sealed in the box ever since. So I thought today, when I was testing this, I thought, oh, I've got those matte laminating pouches. How about I give them a go? So let me just show you what a matte laminating pouch looks like. So it's basically the same as a regular one. But as you can see, so this is a regular one. It's a little bit frosty looking, but then the matte one is quite a bit more frosty looking. So you can see my fingers through there, but it's just a bit harder than a regular one. And it is indeed quite a matte finish. So first thing I did was actually test it on a piece of paper. Just wanted to see what that was like. I don't generally use laminated paper in any of my projects, but I know that some people do use them for journal covers and things, so I just wanted to see what it would be like. And it's pretty good. It's definitely matte. It's quite thick and sturdy, and it could definitely be a journal cover. Let's just fold it and see. I mean, obviously I would normally do this with a bone folder, but I haven't got one on my desk. Well, it definitely could be a journal cover. You need some sort of a closure, and I did get some sticky stuff off the packet. But yeah, I just wanted to see what it looked like. So that's how it is. I'll just move that over there. Okay, so as you all know, one side of the laminating pouch, usually the top side, has it's like sealed, so that, and it's a bit hard to pull apart actually, so that when you open it up it's sealed there. So what I did was I sliced it on my paper trimmer, and first I just sliced this side off, probably about, you know, to that height. Sliced it down there, cut them into little pieces and put those through the laminator. And then I thought, well, what am I going to do with the rest of the sheet? And then I thought, well, I'll just give it a go, and I'll just keep cutting it into bits. So I just continued to cut it into bits, and then I carefully pulled the two pieces apart. So once you've cut this bit, when you cut these into smaller pieces, you're going to get two separate pieces. So it's still possible to use, and if you want to, you could probably use some kind of temporary tape to stick it together, but I haven't tested that, so don't quote me on that. But I just very carefully peeled them apart. It's quite thick, so it kind of holds its shape really well. Opened it up completely, popped my little things inside, carefully lined them back up and poked it through the laminator. Now, a couple of things to note. Some of them went a bit skew. So, I don't even know if I'm, there we go, yeah, I am on camera there. These might be a bit distracting, so I'll just pop them to the side. Right, so this one, it did go a bit skew. You can see it's kind of overlapped, but it didn't cause any major issues. It didn't hurt my laminator at all, and it still worked. So what I did, some of these were like this. What I did, I just trimmed them. So I just trimmed it up slightly. I would trim the edges around the corners, and then I've done a little bit of inking. So don't fret if it does get a little bit misaligned. You can still fix it. And the other thing I was going to show you, so this is how they were when I've just laminated and got my little pieces. And then I was going to show you about corner rounding. So I've rounded all the corners of mine. I just like that. I think it finishes them off nicely, and they're not like sharp and pointy. If I want to put them into a pocket, they're not going to tear my paper. If you have this kind of a corner rounder, I personally find that this doesn't work very well on laminate. Not laminate. Yes, laminate. Oh my gosh. Like a laminated piece of paper. That's what I'm trying to say. It just kind of bends it and doesn't do a nice cut. So I've tested all of my corner rounders, and this one is the winner. This is a Kazaz corner rounder, which I recently bought, and I believe, and I'm so sorry, that I bought this when this company was closing down. And I'm so sad now that I didn't buy more of these, because I didn't realize what a good little punch it is. But I do believe you can get this similar style in other brands, because I have seen it. So this particular punch, I find personally, is no good for just having it this way up, poking your paper in and punching. You can misalign it, and it happens to me quite regularly. So I use it upside down so that I can see that I'm getting it in the correct corner, because you can get it here, and from the top you would think that you're going to punch your corner, but you're actually not. You're just going to punch a weird shape. So just pop that corner, and then we have a nicely rounded corner. And I like how it has the different sizes, because I used all three. So that's that. So for these tiny little ones, I used the tiny little one, and for the more medium ones, I used the medium, and then for the larger ones, I used the big sweeping corner. So that's quite good. So there, just a note. So test your corner rounder on maybe a scrap piece before you do the real thing, just to make sure that it's going to work. Now, the next thing I did was I inked the edges, and my ink of preference is Tim Holtz Distress Ink Vintage Photo. A little word of warning, inking edges of even paper will eventually degrade your little foam, whatever that thing's called. So paper, and doing this, and I've got a piece of paper here, doing this makes tiny, tiny little tears in this, and eventually after some time you'll notice as you're doing this all little brown fluffy specks all over the desk, and that means that it's coming to the end of its life. So inking the edges of something that's sharper than paper, such as laminated flowers, is it's probably going to speed up that process, and this one is almost at the end of its life. But anyway, I did use it to just ink my edges. If you are precious about your sponges and you don't want to necessarily go through them that quickly, you could, I think, I'm just looking for one. I'm not very organized because I didn't plan to do a video. There we go. You could potentially use, let's give it a go, like a makeup sponge, which might potentially be a cheaper option. These particular ones, I just buy them from like those cheap shops in a big bag. So yeah, look, that works just as well. And it's probably preferable, but I wasn't in my room at the time and I had my little other one next to me, so that's what I used. I was also thinking you could probably give the whole thing a little bit of colour, because we all like things to look, well, I don't know, I can't speak for you, but I like things to look a bit more vintagey. So there we go. Now, what else was I going to tell you? Okay, so as I was doing this, I was like, oh, what if? So I actually started with my butterflies, and I didn't even show them to you. These are my butterflies. I hope you can see them. On camera. Am I? Yeah, sorry, can't see because the camera is way above me, so I'd have to stand up to have a look. Right, so these are my butterfly wings, and I love them. I love how they turned out. I love them with the little baby's breath. How cute is that? And then I put them with some leaves, and I put a word with each of them. And then I started to think, oh, well, lately I've been making some paper clusters. So what if I put little bits of paper in there? That would be cool. I'm going to show you that one in a minute. Hang on. So then I did some little paper collagey things, and that's them, and that one. So that's kind of cool. I like those. They remind me of those little stickers that you can buy. I'm sure there's like stickers that look like this, and they're kind of like washi tapey kind of stickers. So I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. And then when I was doing the corner rounding and things, I thought, I wonder if you can cut round them. Cut round the bit of paper. The answer is yes, yes you can. Just as long as you bear in mind that once you've laminated it, there is a bit of a air pocket that sits directly on the edge of that paper. So if you cut too close, it will pop open and a little bit of paper will probably fall out. So just be mindful. I've cut this pretty close, but I've still left that air pocket intact because I can see it. You probably can't see it. I don't even know if that's focusing, but anyway, I thought that was kind of cute. I like that. And then I thought, I wonder if you can put a bit of alcohol ink on there to colour it. And anyway, alcohol ink. So the bit that I cut off this one, I tested out some alcohol ink. And it does sort of work, but it's not that much darker. I mean, it is a bit darker than the inking. So if you wanted like a darker edge, you could get a little Q-tip and some alcohol ink and just go around the edge and make it a little bit darker if you want. I probably wouldn't bother, but you do you. Right, and now the last thing I was going to show you, I actually just have to go get something. So I'm just going to pop it on pause. Okay, I'm back. All right, yes, so I bet this isn't going to fit now. One of them I decided, I could put a little eyelet through it. And okay, it does fit, but just. And one of these cute little ball chain things. And initially I was going to have this done before the video, but I forgot. There we go. How cute is that? Little embellishment. Very cute. And if you didn't want to do that, because the ball chain only just fits through there, you could put one of these super cute little bells and a cute little bowl pin and whatever else you felt like, maybe a charm or something, and you could just pin it into your journal. Cute. And there's my dog. So I think that's about it. I was going to show you my little dried flowers. So obviously if you want to give this a go, you're going to need some things prepared. So my suggestion would be you would need some words, some little words cut out, which most of us have, I would say, and potentially some of your scrappy bits of paper that are pre-inked. And I periodically press flowers, my little flower press, and these are some of those little wish things, although I don't recommend storing them like this because when I got them out to use them, they're a bit squished. I mean, it works to a point, but some of them just floated into nothingness. So this was a little, I can't grow this. I think it's called baby's breath or gypsophilia or something like that. And it's a very dainty little white flower that usually, I guess they put it in with bunches of roses and things. Anyway, I bought some for the purposes of pressing it. And it presses so well because it's so delicate and dainty. And I just love using it for laminating because it's very flat, it's very cute. And I'm pretty sure you can't go wrong with that. So if you're wanting to press some flowers, and if you don't have a flower press, you can use a book. I would recommend putting a couple of pieces of like printer paper in your book, put your flowers, another piece of printer paper, close your book, just so that it doesn't ruin your pages. And then this is my little box of random flowers that I've pressed, and some of them are better than others. So this, not so good. I don't know what it's called. It's something that grows across the road, but it's rather thick. It's quite thick. And actually, side note, probably not relevant, but I once used it for some eco dyeing, and it made the most beautiful like turquoise color on the paper, which was really surprising because it's yellow. But so it's good for that. Not so much for the flower pressing because it's thick, and this one, you can see I've got, or maybe you can't see, it's kind of ripply here because it's so thick. It's got a big air pocket around, so yeah, probably not the best for laminating. And then one of my other little favorites, this is Allison, another little dainty white flower that I like to press. And oh, how cute, look, this is a little purple one. Oh, I can't get it. They're very delicate, and I really have them all kind of shoved in this container, and it's not very, there we go. That one's so cute, look at that, purple. Nice. Okay. And this one's nice. I don't know what this is called. I think this is like a wild wisteria. And I have a plant of it, but honestly it doesn't flower that often. I think it needs something, which is weird because it's wild and I ignore it. So I thought that would have been enough, but no. And this is, actually I don't even know what that's called. Yes, I do. Come on. Nope, it's gone. I do know what that's called, but it's left me right now. So that is my little thing of pressed flowers. So if you're thinking of trying this project and you don't currently have any pressed flowers, I do recommend that you start pressing some, because it takes a little while, and then just keep a collection like this, and then when you have a project you can just get them out and use them. And I just thought of something else that I was going to tell you about, and now that's left me too. Oh, that was it. So because I was just excited and having a play, and I didn't really plan where this was headed, I didn't really consider the back side of them. But in hindsight, and if I'd have thought of it, and if I do it again, like when you turn it over, I probably would have inked the back side of my papers so that at least it looks pretty from both sides. Because currently the fact that it's see-through is kind of pointless because it only looks nice from the front. So consider the back, especially on some of the ones where like you can see a bit of the flowers. You know, I could have definitely had some inking around there and it would have just been interesting as well. So, and this, I like this one actually. This is just some of those little wish seed things with a magical word, and I did place them I placed them in certain directions, but then when I put the two pieces together, the static just caused them to move. So I don't think you really have much control over what happens with those, but nevertheless still cute. So I guess that's it from me. Otherwise I'm just going to sit here and keep rambling and I don't want to bore you. So I hope you enjoyed that and can do some experimenting of your own. The packet of these laminating pouches that I purchased, it's like a packet of 100, and all of these I made from 2 sheets, so I'm fairly sure I don't need 100 of these laminating sheets. So what I am going to do is pop them in packs of like smaller quantities. I'm not sure what yet because I'll have to figure out how many I can post for the minimum postage cost, and then once I've done that I will and probably by the time this video is up actually I'll have them available in my Made It shop. So I will leave a link to that below. I'll also leave a link to the the YouTube, not YouTube, oh my gosh, my brain today, to the eBay shop where I got the laminating pouches from. If you feel that 100 would be suitable for your needs, then feel free to buy a packet of 100, no problem. And yeah, I think that's it from me. I need a cup of tea. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you would like to see more videos from me, which hopefully I will be doing a few more frequently now. Yes, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. Oh my goodness. I think this cold has affected my brain. I am not usually this forgetful. But anyway. Alright, that's me done. Thank you.